Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Dazzling Dave, and this is your match preview for our team, Wolverhampton, who are travelling all the way up to Geordieland to take on a Newcastle United team desperate for points up at St James's Park in the Premier League. So lots, as you'd expect, to pack into this one. Obviously my thoughts and also my team selection and predicted score with the Pitch Football app. We've got Leon from BoyleSports joining me once again to look ahead and look at the odds at this one as well. And of course my dad, Magic Moss, making an appearance. And yeah, he does burst into a little bit of song. First of all, my battery's run out on my camera, so I'm having to do this one on my phone. So I hope the quality is coming across okay. So looking ahead to the game, as I say, it's an absolute, really, it's a must not lose for Newcastle, more than maybe even a must win, with the gap at the bottom of the table now between a resurgent Fulham and Newcastle, only 3 points. And interestingly enough, can you believe Fulham and Newcastle play each other on the final day of the season? Key fixtures coming up for Newcastle in the next few games where they're going to need to pick up some points, otherwise they're going to be in real trouble. And they will be targeting Wolves as one of us. We do have Lee from Newcastle Fan TV coming up shortly, and he will be giving the perspective from the Newcastle fans' point of view. In terms of the team, as long as there's no fitness problems for Wolves, I would expect that Nuno's going to go with pretty much the same team that's performed well recently. So I'm going with Rui Patricio, Connor Cody. Happy birthday to Connor Cody and his wife Amy as well today. Their birthdays, interestingly enough, both on the same day. And Romain Saiz. And, of course, Dendoncker at the moment playing at the back. Willy Boly still not in contention, we don't think. It's probably going to be Neves and Moutinho in the middle. Johnny Otto is making a real difference coming back into the team. And also Nelson Semedo, who I think's improving on every game. And then up front, Adama Traore, Pedro Neto, and, of course, William Jose, hoping to get his first goal for Wolves. He has been contributing, but just not had that opportunity to put the ball in the net. Hopefully that will come sooner rather than later. And so without any further ado, let's go across initially to see the Newcastle fan perspective from Lee from Newcastle Fan TV. Then we're going to be joined by Leon from BoyleSports. My dad following up from there with a little bit of a... Yeah, he really tries with his songs today. And then you're going to join me at the end again for the Pitch Football score prediction. And as always, I want you to leave your thoughts ahead of this one as well. So without any further ado, let's have a see what Lee from Newcastle Fan TV has to say.
So yes, Dave, being a Newcastle fan, it's always up and downs. We know this. It's more drama off the pitch than it is on it. But Fulham are breathing down our necks, literally 3 points behind us. We're in a huge relegation scrap at the moment. Our next 4 fixtures against yourselves, West Brom, Villa and Brighton. We have to start winning games. Simple as that. That's going to define our season. I think realistically, if Newcastle can get anywhere between 7 to 9 points from the next 4 games, we'll pull away from Fulham. But if we don't, I'm worried. I'm very, very worried that Newcastle could end up going down. Steve Bruce is not the answer for Newcastle United. Whatever happens this season, whether we go down, whether we stay up, I do not want him at the club. He's no good for this football club. It's toxic at the moment. Granted, we are playing a lot better. Anybody who's seen Newcastle play the last 4 or 5 games, we're attacking teams, which is great, but we're still not getting results. However, the impact of not having Callum Wilson in that side, we've got no one else who can finish. Dwight Gale's probably the next best thing, but he's only played 1 game, started all season. So, and then Joe Litton, who's useless. Joe Litton can leave the club as far as I'm concerned. And Andy Carroll is a threat, but Andy Carroll can't play the full 90, so we are a bit stretched in terms of up top, but on the positives, we've got Almiron, who's been in good form. Alan Maximum is back, and Ryan Fraser. If all 3 of them could start against Wolves, I'll be optimistic that we can at least get a very minimum of a point. So fingers crossed, from a Toons perspective, we win. Of course, we need to. But I'm not optimistic, but about the season in general, to be honest. I'm a bit deflated with it all, but I'll put my neck on the line and say it'll be a score draw. Over you, Dave.
Thanks ever so much for Lee from Newcastle Fan TV. Much appreciated. And I've sent something over for their preview as well. And hopefully we'll have one of those guys joining me and Amy on the extra time post-match show, which will be 11 o'clock Saturday morning, as it's a late night finish. And to get the Newcastle, whether they win, lose or draw, which would be amazing. Next off, let's go over to see my little conversation with Leon from BoyleSports. Hey, and welcome back to the channel once again for our regular feature now on our match preview. And I'm joined again from BoyleSports by Leon. How you doing, Leon?
I'm doing good, Dave. Bit of positive news, I think, around the world. There's light at the end of the tunnel for everybody, and hopefully, fingers crossed, you never know, there might even be some fans at the last Premier League game of the season. Wouldn't that be brilliant for every club?
It would be great. Potentially 8,000 to 10,000 fans at Molineux. And of course, Wolves, 10 points out the last 12. We had that victory over Leeds again. The only team to shut Leeds out twice. Adama Traore scoring, but not scoring, Leon. What are the odds on Adama actually getting on the score sheet for this one?
I think we'd said about him, didn't we, Dave, that we'd like to see him hopefully add a few more goals to his game. It doesn't matter how the ball ended up in the back of the net. He played a big part of it against Leeds. Adama is 9-1 to score the first goal against Newcastle. And if you don't want to back him for first goal or last goal, is also 9-1. But if you want to back him to score anytime in the game, it's actually 100 to 30 chance. And, you know, having been involved in that Leeds goal, as you said, 10 points out of 12, Wolves are on a really good run, and they've got a fantastic opportunity at the moment to make that 13 points out of 15 against a Newcastle side, Dave, who are really struggling, and they've been brought right back into this relegation dogfight now. They're only 3 points clear of Fulham.
Interesting. Whilst we're talking about Newcastle, I mean, have their odds dropped on going down? What's the odds now on Newcastle getting relegated? That'd be quite interesting for people.
Yeah, look, absolutely. I mean, I'm sure that the Geordie fans will be hoping that they don't, but they're now all the way into 6-4 only to be relegated. And like, I think everyone feels Sheffield United and West Brom are going to unfortunately be relegated for their supporters. Fulham are 4-5, Newcastle are 6-4, and it's 7-1 bar. So it looks a straight matchup between Newcastle or Fulham to be the last side to go down. And the way form is going at the minute, Dave, you'd probably have to fancy Fulham to stay up over Newcastle, because I think Wolves are going to beat Newcastle. Wolves are favourites to beat Newcastle at 11-10. And I think they're going to oblige.
Fulham and Newcastle, I'm not sure if it's 100%, but I think they play each other last match of the season.
Oh my God.
I'm sure I saw that. Could you imagine?
That would be, I mean, imagine if it boiled down to that it was the last game of the season. Whoever's at home is going to have a massive advantage if we actually get to see fans back in the stadium for the last fixture. That could be absolutely huge, Dave, because Fulham, I think most people wrote them off, didn't they? But I think in fairness to Scott Parker, we've got to give him an awful lot of credit. He's done a tremendous job.
They've got momentum. So what are the odds on a Wolves win without Newcastle scoring for this one?
Well, look, I just think Wolves at the minute, as you were saying to me, I think the only side to keep Leeds scoreless for 2 games this season. But Wolves just to win. I like the look of this. I like Newcastle. They know that they need wins, and they were able to obviously score in their last game. San Maximum, you've got to watch him. He's a very, very talented footballer, and I'm sure Wolves will have their eyes firmly focused on him. But I just fancy Wolves to get the 3 points at 11-10. I think it's a decent price. I think Newcastle are going to have to come out and attack, and I think that will suit Wolves. So I'm going to go for Wolves to maintain this great run of form, make it 13 points out of 15, get the 3 points at 11-10. And Dave, you are right. Fulham are at home to Newcastle on the last game of the season.
I thought I'd see. Can you imagine? That would be amazing. Just one final thing before we finish off. Willian Jose not scored for Wolves yet. What's his odds for this one? It's due.
Yeah, and you know what? I mean, how many games is that now, Dave? Is it 6 games that he hasn't scored
about
yet?
That, 5 or 6, yeah. He's doing a lot for the team, but he just hasn't scored yet.
He's done an awful lot for the side, because I think it's no coincidence since he's come into the team, Wolves have started to go on a good run. They've got that focal point. They've got the man up front, the target man who they can work around with the likes of Neto, with the likes of Traore. They feed off a big man. He's 5-1 to score the first goal of the game against Newcastle, and he's 7-4 to score at any time. But I think for the big man, if he was to get off the mark, as you rightly said, he's given the team so much. It's not all about scoring goals, but as a centre forward, you want to score. So 5-1 to score first, 7-4 to score any time.
There, he definitely wants his first goal. And guys, I'm going to put the link again in the description below. There's a fantastic introductory offer from BoyleSports. Throw yourself a tenner in there. You get a £10 free bet as well. And you can also, am I right? There's like a bet builder type thing where you can actually do your own thing as well and check out different odds.
Oh, look, you can make up your bet. You know, bet small, have a little bit of fun. You can pick Adama to score first. You could pick Jose to score at any time. You could pick both teams to score. You could pick Wolves win. The calculator will add it all up and give you a price. So it's your own bet builder. It's a fantastic feature on the BoyleSports mobile app.
And I do love the strap line with the bet small and have fun. That's what it's all about, really. So yeah, Leon, thank you so much again for joining us, and have a great rest of the day, fella.
I will indeed, Dave, and come on the Wolves.
Come on. Thanks ever so much to Leon. And now let's go over to my old man, my dad, Mr. Magic Moss. With it. So hey, Dad, good to see you. How are you feeling?
Fine, David. Fine, David.
And who are you? Yeah, I'm good. Who are you with today, Dad? Who are you with today? Who's on your shoulder?
I got Ted with me today.
All right, he looks happy and he's giving you...
The dogs are having a rest. I'm in the kennel.
Well, I can see the one dog behind you.
He's keeping an eye on me.
Okay. Try not to shake the camera. So, Dad, looking ahead now to the Newcastle game. Wolves, obviously, with another good win, 10 points out of 12. How are you feeling about the...
Yeah.
How are you feeling about the Newcastle game, Dad?
They should beat Newcastle.
And do you have a score prediction?
2-0.
2-0. And who's going to score them goals, Dad?
Well, we're going to have Petro Neto 8.
Petrol Neto, yeah.
And we'll have, what's his name, William?
Willian.
No, I keep thinking he's William.
No, William.
William.
William Jose.
William
Jose.
Jose. Oh, God.
That's it. And we're going for a 2-0 win, Dad. That's great. And Ted agrees with you, yeah?
Yeah.
And do you have a song for us this week, Dad, to cheer everyone up?
Do not forsake me, oh my darling, on this our wedding day. Do not forsake me, oh my darling. Who sang that? Come on, Davey, you know this one.
It's not Perry Como, is it? Oh, Frankie Lane. Frankie Lane, Dad.
He was absolutely brilliant. He was.
Frankie Lane, one of your favourites, Dad. Absolutely brilliant. You could almost be a tenor there. You were that deeper voice. That was very good.
Yeah, I should have been a singer. I wanted to be a singer, but I wanted to be a bloody plumber, but or a brain surgeon.
I don't know. Well, you did all right, Dad. You worked damn hard all your life. That's the main thing, and everyone loves you. Right, all the best, Dad, and we'll... all the best. Love you lots.
Okay, sunshine. Look after yourself, David.
So, thanks to my dad and everyone that's contributed. I'm going to go on to my score prediction. I'm going to surprise you with this one. But can I say to you that the last 2 games, I've got the actual... On the pitch football predictor, so helping my league position... I've done pretty damn well. to be fair, and I've got the last two right. So you're going to surprise me with this one. I'm going to go for Newcastle United 0, Wolverhampton Wanderers 3. I'm hoping, I'm dreaming, maybe. I just feel a lot more confident. I think the players, the management, the fact that we've had this run of 10, and if you take a look at the form guide that we've got here, you can kind of see that Wolves' form in the last 5 matches has been right up there. It's really put us into a lot better position, and you can just see the confidence flowing back, and we know pretty much that we're going to be safe now. Hopefully we can push on to the end of the season. So I just feel confident at some point we're going to beat someone by a fair margin, and I'm don't know why, I've just got a feeling it's going to be against Newcastle. So I'm going for Newcastle United 0. Sorry, Newcastle fans. Wolves 3. Let me know your thoughts. Hope you've enjoyed this one. Don't forget to download the Pitch Football app and join me on my league. And also check out the offer from BoyleSports where you get a free £10 bet. The link is in the description below. Hope you can join me on the live watch along on Saturday night. We always have hundreds of fans joining in with that. And of course, me and Amy on extra time the following Sunday morning. Until then, I'm Dazzling Dave. Always Wolves.